When it comes to practice, how many hours a day on average when you're not mixing an album, obviously, because then you're sitting at a computer. But in general, on average, how many hours a day do you practice? Now, second part of that question, when you're at the time of your life when you're practicing the most, how many hours a day did you do then?
Okay, when I was developing technique, I would practice. I would teach, I would practice, and I was in a band. And so I would be playing, anywhere from 4 to 10 hours a day
Hmm.
in some capacity. Now, sometimes that would be literally an 8 hours, 8 or 10 hours of practice time. Not even most of the time. Not always. There are different aspects. There is breaking ground, like trying to work on techniques that you don't have down yet and trying to improve them. That's one kind of practice. But there's also the kind of practice which is just seeding the mechanics that you already have and seeding them more deeply so they become less and less conscious direction to be able to do them. And so playing stuff that you can already do, playing in a band, for example, playing through songs you already do well, that's that second kind of practice. Breaking new ground is the first thing. So I spent a lot of time until about the time speed mechanics came out. After that, I pretty much could play whatever I wanted as fast as I want. And then it became an issue of, do I have something to play? So do I have a performance to do? Well, then, or I'm going to record something. Now, some of these were self-imposed. I'd say, okay, I think did the four seasons of all these four seasons, and I'd learned it, composed the parts, and then I'd record. Well, you're going to do something, or Paganini's 24 Caprices, I did
Mm.
like half of those. If I want to do that well, I mean, that's easy stuff. That requires super dedication and a lot of practice time. The beauty of it, though, is that after you do all that, you have a level of control and technical nuance that you come back and, playing a rock solo is like nothing. So, there was those challenges that I continued with for a bit, but those things started to fall off because eventually there's kind of no point in it. When I reach the point that I can do what I want to do, okay, great. But there's no audience. I didn't have any, I made efforts, but, there's nobody with the keys to the kingdom, which back then would have been a record company with um, the ability, uh, the network of, controlling the network of the industry and being able to plug you in and tour and everything and financing everything that was needed. So you needed somebody else to come in and say, yeah, I'm going to partner with you. I didn't have that for a variety of reasons. And um, so what ended up happening was I started eroding. My skill set I wouldn't play for 3 months because there's no reason to. I know I can do it if I need to, and it would take a week or two. I'd get it back. I'd do the recording, and then it would erode. And I'd do another recording, like I'm putting out books and signature licks books and stuff like that. So it was up and down a lot. And some point I started a business, and then I started a recording studio. So I'm being pulled away from music a lot. For the most part, though, it's pretty well there when I need it. And so to answer your question, how do I practice? Well, the truth is I kind of don't. I prepare for what I need to be able to do. Um, and sometimes that looks like spending a week getting my chops back and getting the rust off.